Freedom for the streets, freedom for the people preaching peace, freedom for your soul even after you're deceased, freedom of speech, freeing your mind, freedom for the soldiers behind enemy lines, freedom for the poor, prisoners of war, freedom like the waves crashing upon the shore, freedom for all standing tall, freedom for the streets, freedom for the people preaching peace, freedom for your soul even after you're deceased, freedom of speech, freeing your mind, freedom for the soldiers behind enemy lines, freedom for the poor, prisoners of war, freedom like the waves crashing upon the shore, freedom for all standing tall.
I got the right to mic, to speak on what's inside my mind, desire now flowing from my mouth.
To get this to happen, and by naming it 17th Street Park, I think it really honors the community surrounding the park and their efforts, and the way that the council and the public officials worked with us to get this done. And every day I wake up and I go walk down to the beach and I pass this site, and honestly, I get verklempt. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hello, City Council. My name is Natalie. I've been a resident for 20 years. I'm here for two things. One is for the naming of 17th Street Park. It would be great if you guys kept the name. It's always been 17th Street Park. And name the building after Mr. Rogers. And then my second thing that I'm here for, which is more importantly right now, is I'm here to oppose agenda number 8. No ad hoc secret committee who will write a ballot initiative for a charter amendment behind closed doors with zero citizen oversight. There should be no charter amendments. What are you trying to hide? I'm not really sure, and why are you trying to do this? I've been wrapping my brain around it, and everyone's saying the same thing. You're losing credibility, I can't say that word. You're losing credibility by doing this. It doesn't make any sense to take our rights to vote. My grandmother started the women's rights movement, and now you're telling us that I'm not gonna be able to vote? This is crazy to me. I'm sure that you guys can understand that. We're all concerned. We just want to maintain what we've had before. We keep changing things in the city, and it doesn't make sense why. Just please make sure that you don't change our charter. It doesn't make any sense. Let us vote. Let us have the choice to do this, because if the tables were turned, I don't think any of you would be here. So let's just make sure that we keep listening to the citizens and vote. Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, back at it again. My name is Jignesh Padiyar. It's kind of upsetting that we constantly have to keep coming back here saying the same things to you guys. The kids don't have lights for their soccer field. The elderly are getting kicked out of their homes pretty soon, and now you're trying to get rid of our right to vote. It's simply the most American thing. People travel across country. They try to get into this country illegally so they can have their voices heard. And you're sitting there acting like this is just your decision to make, that you feel like, oh, you put me in position, so I'm going to do what's best for me. And that's right, it's only best for you. It is not best for us and what the people want. And now, on top of this, we have the buddy duo comedy of Dan Kalanick and Mike Posey getting together on the OCPA and, trying to re-agendize that one too as well. I think it was... I'm not too sure, I'm not a lawyer, but I think it's the Brown Act where the reassignment quickly became a new member on that. So you can see that there is a lot of funny business going on in this council. And I remember, I'm going to quote Dan Kalanick on this last one, because the last city council meeting, he had the audacity to say that the nefariousness of the citizens here that came to talk and how they operate is disconcerting. While he is going behind the back of the city with his little bakery busting operation. And now we have Kamala Moser here with the diversity coach to go ahead and implement this new charter 10-year review so that Huntington Beach can be reimagined in this new progressive state. And what's even more concerning? As a minority, I would think in 2022 that the minorities' voices would be heard, especially today's age. But clearly that is not the case anymore. And this seems like the most progressive council we've ever had, and yet you want to get rid of the votes of minorities. Do you even hear yourself? Who do you represent? Clearly not Democrats, clearly not Republicans, only yourselves and the politicians and the corporations that are paying you off. Shame on all of you.
Anybody else, I love our city more than anything. Eric, you got my vote. Gates got my vote. I wish all you guys have my vote.
Political advisor to Carr, Kalanick, and Mosier, Melahat,
arrested by the FBI for illegal activities surrounding her political and cannabis consulting business, even forced to step down from the Democrat Party of California. Then there's the last week's scandal du jour involving Posey and Kalmick, the collusion to remove the CEO of the OCPA, endless formation of secret ad hoc committees so that these corrupt politicians can conspire against the citizens with zero oversight. Never mind the fact that this council literally thrust us into the corrupt OCPA. Carr couldn't act fast enough when she got in as mayor. Handed over local zoning to Newsom and Sacramento.
Thank you.
No vote on
Thank you.
agenda item 8.
Freedom for the streets, freedom for the people preaching peace, freedom for your soul even after you're deceased, freedom of speech, freeing your mind, freedom for the soldiers behind enemy lines, freedom for the poor, prisoners of war, freedom like the waves crashing upon the shore, freedom for all standing tall, freedom for the streets, freedom for the people preaching peace, freedom for your soul even after you're deceased, freedom of speech, freeing your mind, freedom for the